Hello, grade 4 children. How are you all? Children, are you studying at home or not? Are you taking care of yourself or not? Children, it is very necessary to take care of yourself and to study well. Whatever videos I am sending to you should be done or should be gone through from your student's book also. So tell me children, have you gone through the first part of this video from the student's book or not? I hope you all have done. So today we are starting with the second part of this chapter, that is some famous people, and this is the second video. So let's start with the chapter. And children, let me revise you. Yesterday we have seen about the famous people from the Asian period, and that was the Ashoka, the Great, and Aryabhatta. Today we will see the things we will see are the famous people from the medieval period, and those about we will see Akbar the Great, and one more, that is Rajaraj I. Okay, so let's start with the Akbar the Great. Children, do you know who was Akbar? Akbar was the third Mughal emperor. Let me revise you. The Ashoka was the third ruler of the Mauryan dynasty, whereas the Akbar was the third Mughal emperor. And what was his full name? His name was Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Okay. Children, he ruled between 1556 CE till 1605 CE. So this much period he has ruled in India, and he expanded his empire through battles and conquest. Means he has fought so many battles and he has got so much victory around the different kingdoms of the India, and he became the powerful ruler of the India. He befriended the defeated Hindu rulers. Means those Hindu rulers who was defeated, means those who lost in the battles. He made them also the friend of him. And the Rajputs and Hindu were given high post in his empire. Means he was the Mughal. Mughal means Muslim ruler. But it was not like that only Muslims were given the priority. All the Hindus and Rajputs were given high post in his empire, and he also encouraged the form of art and music. Means during his period art and music was very well developed. Akbar made the administrative of his large empire very effective. Children, it is not easy to rule so much country, so much kingdoms in by one person. So he made the administrative system of his large empire very effective, and they ruled it very nicely. He encouraged poets, scholars, and other artists to perform in his court. Court means Raj Darbar. So he used to respect everything, every profession. So different poets used to come, different scholars used to come to perform in his court. Then you might have heard about the Akbar, that during his reign the Mughal style of art, painting and architecture was flourished. Can you imagine at those time also the during the Mughal rule, the art and paintings was so much importance was given at that time also. So from those times only the art, painting and architecture used to develop. Many historical monuments were constructed during his rule. Means he has constructed different types of monuments which are famous till today. Do you know which are those monuments which are famous till today? Some of them are Agra Fort, then Fatehpur Sikri, Buland Darwaza and Humayun's tomb. These are the very famous monuments of Akbar. Akbar is regarded as a great ruler. Why? Because he encouraged the Hindu-Muslim unity. Means he do not used to have the fight between Hindu and Muslim, but he has given importance to both the religion, Hindu as well as Muslim. So there was the Hindu and Muslim unity between those during those during his rule. Now Raja Raj I. Children, Raja Raj I was a very famous ruler and he ruled from 1985 to 1014, that is 114 CE. He was very powerful ruler of the Chola dynasty. Where does Chola dynasty used to come? In the south of the India. Means where Sri Lanka is there, na? There he used to have his empire. He was able administrator and again he was a person who won many battles. He began to establish his power with the attacks on other dynasties in South India. Different dynasties of South India also he used to attack and occupied it. Likewise, he occupied the Gangavadi territory, which is known as today's Karnataka. So at that time, Karnataka was also, you can see in the picture, Karnataka was also under his empire. Can you see this purple portion? It is the Chola territories which comes under the Rajaraj I. Now after Rajaraj I, by 1996 he had conquered Kerala also, which was ruled by Cheras. He brought the northern part of Sri Lanka under Chola rule. Means if this is the Sri Lanka, then northern means upper portion of the Sri Lanka was brought under the rule of the Chola dynasty. That is King Rajaraj I. Now after the King Rajaraj I, there was Lakshadweep and Maldives Island also he used to acquire. Means he ruled over the Lakshadweep and Maldives Island also. So this was about the ruling of his dynasty. But he has done many beautiful things also. Like he has built the very famous Brideshwara temple at Tanjore, now Thanjavur. He built that temple in a very beautiful manner and today also people go and visit at that place. Now, after few time, after the Rajaraj I, his son Rajendra Chola became the ruler. He was also succeeded by many rulers. Then finally Chola dynasty declined in 1279 CE. When does the Chola dynasty decline? 1279 CE. But after his declination, there was the rule started of the Delhi Sultanate. Means Mughals started the ruling. There was a rise of Delhi Sultanate. So this was about the Chola dynasty and King Rajaraj I. I hope children you understand about this chapter and once you will revise this chapter from the student's book, you will come to know more about this chapter. So I request you to go through the student's book also. Children, please maintain the proper notes of the hard words and you take care of yourself. Okay. So bye bye everyone and study well.